So if you have a camera that shoots in 4K and you're wondering, can an iPad handle exporting that video and editing it? Well, we're going to be talking about that in today's video. Hey everybody, my name's Tyler and I make videos about camera gear, audio gear, video production, and workflow in general. And today I'm going to be talking about how this iPad Air handles and edits 4K video. Now I know 4K video files are a lot bigger, it takes a lot more processing power to render them and export them, but I was honestly surprised at how smooth it was to edit this 4K video on this iPad. So I use LumaFusion for my editor on the iPad Air, and as you can see, I'm scrubbing through this, and there's a little bit of jittering every now and then, but like, look how smooth this is. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but I'm just sliding through this timeline with ease, and this is 4K video. It's not downscaled to 1080p. And there are multiple layers of 4K video. There were some text layers, and it was just really easy to edit. I didn't have any issues at all as far as editing. There was no issues at all regards playback. I'm going to turn it down so you can see the playback. The playback was smooth. It wasn't jittery. It's playing back, and I'm assuming a pretty good resolution. I don't know if it's playing back like full quality right here, but it looks like it's full quality. But there was no issues at all editing. And so the video itself is 8 minutes and 38 seconds long. And this is where I thought, you know what, this is going to take at least 20 minutes to export on this iPad. And it actually took 4 minutes and 37 seconds. And that was actually, if I double check the encoding settings, that was not encoding it at the ultra settings, which are like 150 megabits per second. This was exporting it the bit rate of 75 megabits per second. I was going to try bigger, but I ran out of space on my iPad, which is something I'm going to be talking about. But this was pretty high quality video, much higher than 1080p, and I had no issues at all. And I was really surprised at how well this thing handled it. Now, I haven't really pushed the iPad that hard. I haven't put 6 layers of video, picture-in-picture, titles, effects. That's really not the type of video editing that I do. I have pretty simple video edits where it's me talking and then some overlay footage, occasionally some lower thirds, maybe an outro or a graphic. I have not really piled on the content on here. But if you are looking for something to edit your footage with for your vlogs, or you're a simple how-to channel and you're just teaching people how to do something on camera and you're not using a ton of different layers of video and effects, this works very well. And I would recommend this if you do not want to have to deal with a normal desktop setup, or if you're not super crazy about a laptop. It really works well, but there are some issues you are going to have to deal with. Number one, storage space, because I have the baseline configuration because I really didn't foresee myself editing a lot of video on here, but now that it actually does it very well, I kind of want to edit more video on it. But I was editing 1080p videos and I had up to 20 clips, and I was downloading them through a card reader onto the iPad, no problem. It only took a couple minutes and it was smooth and I didn't run out of any space. And then every few weeks I would have to delete the old cache and old video files, and it wasn't a big deal. I had about 11 video files here and it ate up like 35 gigabytes of space. And I know that's an issue with 4K in and of itself. It's not an iPad issue, but I know storage on the iPad is somewhat limited. And if you really want to consider editing a lot of video on this, you're going to want to get the next higher up storage, or the highest level of storage. Space is an issue, so make sure you get bigger than 64 gigabytes if you want to edit a lot on the iPad. Now, this used to be an issue, but not so much anymore. But really, the Apple Pencil was the only way to really edit video well on the iPad. You can use your finger, but let's be honest, there's not much precision in that. But now they're adding in mouse support for the newer versions of iOS, or I should say iPad OS. And now you can use a mouse to edit video, and it's much better, even better than the Apple Pencil. But still, the Apple Pencil is not a bad option. And the nice thing is you don't have to have a surface to lay the mouse down on. If you're sitting on the couch and you want to edit video, you need to use an Apple Pencil if you don't want to have to put the mouse down or work with a mouse. I would recommend getting the Apple Pencil anyways, because it just makes using the iPad a lot better, especially if you're taking notes, or if you're editing video, or you're using something like Affinity Photo, or you're manipulating photos. The Apple Pencil is a must-have. Now, another thing that kind of is a 4K issue, but also an iPad issue, is that it just took forever to import the files. It took me half an hour to import these files to my iPad. and I could have done it in a fraction of the time if it was 1080p. But that is something you have to keep in mind, that if you're going to be working with 4K files, make sure your iPad's charged up, because you're going to have it plugged in. You could transmit them wirelessly, but I just have a card reader. That's what I have, so I plugged it in, and it worked, but it does take a while, and you should keep your iPad unlocked and open. That way there's no weird issues or syncing issues, or it misses files or stops syncing files over. But it does take a long time to sync over files, and that's the nature of 4K in general, which is just something you have to deal with if you want to shoot 4K. So that's really the only downfall of editing 4K video on the iPad Air. It can handle it easily enough. There's no lagging, no staggering. It's smooth, but it takes up a lot of space on your iPad. And unless you have one of the top storage levels of the iPad, you're going to have to delete stuff all the time, trying to rearrange apps, deleting things. And that is a little bit annoying. I had to delete some apps and stuff just so I could get these files on here, and it was frustrating because I just want to edit the video. But other than that, I don't really know any other issues or why you wouldn't want to try editing video on an iPad. If you're considering buying a new device to edit video that's portable, you want to be able to take it anywhere. It's really not that bad on battery life. I really didn't see that much of a difference editing 4K versus 1080p. I'm sure there was a little bit more of a difference because there's some more processing power involved. So if you're looking for a super portable, lightweight option to edit your 4K video, you really need to consider the iPad Air. The baseline iPad, you're probably going to run into some performance issues, if I can talk. And then the iPad Pro obviously is going to be able to handle it. But this iPad Air, which is basically the previous year's iPad Pro, works very well. And there's no reason why I wouldn't recommend it if you're looking for something super portable, super lightweight, easy to pick up and use. Edit a little bit, set it back down, come back, edit some more. This is just a very nice and casual way to edit and produce video. And with the new updates to iPad OS, with mouse support and desktop website support, you can edit your videos on here, export them to a file or a folder inside the iPad, visit YouTube, upload directly from your iPad, create your thumbnail in something like Affinity Photo, and you could just produce your video content for YouTube and upload it all from this iPad. You don't need a desktop computer. So it is possible. If you're wondering, can I manage a YouTube channel or any type of video related brand from an iPad? Yes, it is possible. Is it always practical? Not really, because if you have a ton of footage, you're going to run out of storage pretty fast, but it is possible. And I just wanted to prove that it is, because I have gotten a lot of questions. How does the iPad Air handle 4K? And so the answer is, it handles it pretty well. Hey guys, I just want to add something here real quick at the end of this video. I'm actually starting to offer a consultation for video production. And so if you have any questions, or maybe want some training on how to produce video, from storyboarding, camera, audio gear, to where you upload your videos, anything related to video production, I'm now offering training for. And so I'll put some links down in the description. You can visit my website, tylermiller.tv, and you can find out more information there. But I'll be sure to link it in the description. So if you guys have any needs or need help with any type of video editing, let me know, and maybe I can help you out. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe for more videos from me. All my social links are down in the description below. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, stay tuned for more videos, and we'll see you guys in the next one.